Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself, because today, you know what, it would appear that by posting my initial video about the Xbox fanboy being mad about God of War Ragnarok, I have triggered some people. Who would have thought? Honestly, being a channel that is in the console wars and talks about the fanboys and stuff is great, because the content produces itself. I make a video talking about a fanboy, fanboys see that video, and then they're not happy with it, they get angry at me in the comments, and then I use those comments to make more videos. So let's not waste too much time here. We have a lot of stuff to get into, and unlike previous comment videos I've done, I actually barely responded to this guy at all in the comments, so I'll be giving a lot of my commentary without comments on the screen. And that's just because I didn't actually reply to him. He just kept replying to himself repeatedly. So just a little disclaimer, but without further ado, let's get into it. Good lord, this first one is a long one. That's what she said. Anyway, I recall IGN Korea rating this game a 6 out of 10, and you fanboys go nuts about it, crying emoji. The game sucks because you're playing the same garbage from 2018. Hence, that's why people are calling it DLC. Maybe if you had more than 2 brain cells, you'd put it together, but no. You want to join the woke train and pretend that God of War 2018 was good, wink emoji. And the reason people are mad about it releasing on PS4 is because it's holding back the current gen console. They literally explained that, but your brain obviously couldn't comprehend that and just went with more people playing a game equals a better game. Yeah, that's a problem when you're out here calling this a next-gen game, when nothing about this game feels next-gen and feels exactly like the PS4 2018 God of War. People just want their god-slaying Kratos back, not this woke trash of a game you call God of War. How about play God of War Ascension instead of speculating based off other people's opinions, who probably never even played it? It's really hypocritical. $70 for DLC, skull emoji. I honestly don't see what any of this has to do with anything. And this whole woke thing that this guy keeps talking about, you'll notice that a lot in the future comments. Everything is woke to this dude. And look, I get it. Ragnarok was under some fire for being woke because they changed the race of one of the characters or something. But the thing is, I never mentioned that once in my video, so I don't see what that has to do with anything. And as for my thoughts on whether or not it's DLC, here's what I'll say. These are my final thoughts. I was thinking about this a lot over the last couple days because I've seen very conflicting opinions. And I think one of my subscribers put it best in his comments, where it's a sequel, but it's incredibly safe. It doesn't innovate much at all, but to me, the length of the game still technically makes it a sequel. But I do understand why people are calling it DLC. I totally get that, don't worry. For me, it teeters on the edge, but I'm still gonna say it's a sequel. Also, I'm not pretending the game was good. That's just my opinion. If I say, oh, you're just pretending the game is bad, does that automatically make the game objectively good? No. It's all opinion-based, and I'm not pretending that it's good. That's just how I feel. In regards to what you said about, the game being put on PS4 and holding back the current gen, I'm genuinely curious, and this is something that I've asked a lot, but what about these games coming to last-gen consoles makes them hold back the new-gen consoles? I still don't get that. That's like saying a 1650 is holding back the 4090. Yeah, one's the weaker hardware, but it can run on both, and it's going to be infinitely better on the 4090. Maybe someone can explain it to me, I'm not exactly sure. And as to the whole thing where, Kratos used to be so much more badass and stuff, look, I get that. I get if you're a fan of the older God of War games, why you would despise the new games and the new direction they took. I totally understand that. Like, if it was way more action-focused back then I absolutely understand it. But as someone who 2018's God of War was my first game, I've really been enjoying it. Because obviously, I don't have the reference point of the old games. And no, before anybody says it, I'm not gonna go pick up the old games. I'd have to get a PlayStation to do that, unless I can emulate it, which I'll probably wait to do until my Steam Deck arrives. But anyway, continuing on, I then responded with, and I'm pretty sure this is like the only time I responded besides one little passive-aggressive nudge I made at the end, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm a fanboy over a game I just bought for the first time 5 days ago. Good one, lol. I guess every Forza game is a $60 DLC because they add new cars and new add-ons. You tried to call me a PlayStation fanboy and end up proving yourself to be an Xbox fanboy, calling Ragnarok $70 DLC. To use your own logic, why don't you buy it and play it for yourself myself instead of speculating based off what other people said. Now, I'm just gonna say I retract the thing where I called him an Xbox fanboy simply for saying the game is DLC. I've been thinking about it a lot more over the last several days, like I said, and I am retracting that statement. I do not think you are an Xbox fanboy if you call the game DLC. That's my bad. I'll take that L. But let's keep going. Let's see what he said in reply. And that's exactly why I don't play Forza, so where TF did that come from? Now, how about actually making a decent argument instead of assuming what crap I play, Pony? Skull emoji. And by the way, it's still better than GT7. So I wouldn't even go there, bro. Otherwise, I'm about to destroy you with facts. Yeah, GT7, a game they kept people from playing for a day just so they can add more microtransactions. It's okay for me to assume you play it since we're using your Sony logic. And I've already played the 2018 hot garbage. Yeah, no thanks, bro. I'd just rather watch other Sony fanboys play this garbage and give their review. Again, 6 out of 10 from IGN Korea, winky face. I don't understand what this IGN review has to do with anything. And I don't understand how I'm a fanboy either. And also, I don't care if you don't play Forza. I was just giving an example. You know, the whole point of a comparison is you take another similar situation and you put it against your current situation to see how they're similar. But what decent arguments have you made thus far? You've called me a PlayStation fanboy and said that it got a 6 out of 10 from IGN Korea. I don't understand what either of those things have to do with each other. And what do you mean it's okay for you to assume I've played it since we're using my Sony? Like, what is Sony logic and what did I assume you played? Are you talking about Forza? Because to use your logic, you can't assume that I've played GT7, which I haven't, by the way, because I've never owned a PlayStation, but you can't assume that I've played that. And also, I never assumed that you played Forza. So the only person who has assumed anything so far is you. But let's continue on here. I'm a fanboy over a game I just bought for the first time 5 days ago. Obviously, he meant a game, but anyway. Okay, how about instead of putting words in my mouth, you actually use more than 2 brain cells so that you can actually comprehend what was written in front of you. You're a fanboy for defending a game that you bought for the first time 5 days ago that's literally just $70 DLC in your words, bro. And then you go hating on other people's opinions for not liking the game. No, not the dude in the video, but IGN Korea, who rated this hot garbage 6 out of 10, and then watching you ponies attack him over his review. Yeah, this video shares the exact same energy, my guy. When did I ever attack this dude over his review of this game? You just said that I was putting words in your mouth. How about right here? The only relationship I have to this IGN review is I watched Alex's video on it. I don't even have a Twitter account. I never once mentioned the IGN review ever, and even if I did, I sure as hell didn't say any racist things to the dude. I just love it. You're sitting here saying, oh, I'm putting words in your mouth. And then you turn right around and put words in my mouth. And how am I fanboying over God of War? I just said I enjoyed it. Enjoying something is not fanboying over it. Plenty of people like Modern Warfare 2, including myself, even though it's kind of broken right now. That doesn't make us fanboys. That just means we enjoy it. There's a fine line between enjoying something and being a fanboy of something. But you know what? You're not really a fanboy of anything. Like I said earlier, I take back what I said about you being an Xbox fanboy. You're not really a fanboy of anything. You're just being edgy to get some attention on the internet. And congratulations, you've gotten it. Continuing on. Anyways, have fun playing your cute scene simulator that has no new mechanics at all with a very mediocre story. At least Forza adds new stuff. Again, bro, you just admit it. Your words, bro. Which I will say, you know what? God of War does have a lot of cutscenes. I think they definitely could have toned it down a little bit. But to say it's a cutscene simulator, that's just a lie. There's plenty of combat in the game, and I really enjoy it. But you would think that would be the end of it, right? No! And here we come to the final screenshot where I just gave a very passive-aggressive thanks for the content, bro, smiley face. Was that necessary? No. But at this point, I was kind of tired of this dude. He had left me all these paragraphs at this point, and I had seen him going after other people in my comments, calling them all fanboys as well. And everybody seemed to have the same consensus that he was just doing it for the sake of being edgy. But anyway, I say that, then he says, yeah, no problem. Can't wait to be in a video. Ain't nobody scared of you, pony. To which I said, I'm not trying to scare you. Why so aggressive? You're acting like I stole your girl or something, lol. To which he responded, you said thanks for the content. I literally said no problem and I can't wait to be in a video. Again, ain't nobody scared of you. Can't wait. Acting like I stole your girl, yet you'll ignore the way ponies acted when the IGN Korea rated this game 6 out of 10. And many other people are tearing this game apart right now. I mean, I'm not ignoring it. I watched Alex's video on it. I'm just not covering it because I don't cover Twitter stuff. I cover YouTube videos and YouTube comments. That's it. The only time I've ever covered a Twitter subject before was when a screenshot was sent to me from King Thrash. That's it. And once again, being a hypocrite saying I put words in his mouth with the whole Forza thing, even though I never said he played it. I was just using it as an example. But then he turns around and says that I was harassing the devs on Twitter. You really love to see it. But I have no doubts he'll comment on this video again, and then I'll just farm it for some more content, because why not? But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.